lovely as what you see around you, announced that Jonathan and Gregory had taken second place in that competition. And GLAAD and the DC Leadership Council are very proud to have played some role in that very historic accomplishment. And on a much more personal level, I'm extremely happy that Jonathan and Greg are fabulous and very hardworking members of the DC Leadership Council.
Yeah.
So it's obviously been kind of a crazy few days for us. So I wrote this on Sunday, and I'm going to probably read most of it because I haven't had a chance to even really look at it since then. So actually, first of all, I want to thank everybody for coming out tonight. It's really an honor to be speaking here, as well as an honor to be serving on the Leadership Council with so many amazing people and working with GLAAD. We were asked to speak here tonight, not just because back in March, we decided that we wanted to enter a contest, but also because the Leadership Council has helped us immensely in deciding how to go about it and enter and do well in Crate and Barrel's Ultimate Wedding Contest. I'm not going to say Crate and Barrel that many more times. So, when GLAAD became aware of our entry, they met with us and helped us elevate our story of love and commitment to one another to a higher national consciousness. They were the first of many national LGBT organizations to begin helping us tell our story. Gay and Lesbian Alliance Against Defamation believed in us and what we had chosen to do because they envision a world where everyone is accepted, respected, and valued for who they are. This amazing organization allows regular people to tell their stories in order to change misconceptions. During the contest, Greg and I were attacked for being true to ourselves, for publicly acknowledging our sexuality and our love for one another. This was respected by so many, but definitely not by all. As soon as we started finding success among the thousands of couples who entered, homophobic bloggers surfaced, calling us, actually I'm going to leave that out, as well as a lot of other horrible names that we wouldn't repeat in this respectable company. As someone who survived a brutal bias-motivated crime, I found slurs and threats that we encountered to be almost as painful as the crime itself. We almost decided to drop out of the contest at the time, and as often as I do when I'm struggling with memories of the attack, I actually began writing, and that's what I wrote. Words are very powerful things. Words can convey many emotions, yet I cannot seem to find the words to express how I feel right now. The words that are being used to describe my love by bigots and others on blogs are vile and horrific. People think maybe we should drop out of the competition to win our ultimate wedding. I've thought about it. But if I were to drop out of then these bigots would be the ones who would win. There's no way that I can actually drop out of this competition and retreat. I cannot stop being who I am, and I won't. I need to make a difference. Words are powerful, and so are actions. And just like words of hatred can have power over people, words of hope can have power over people as well. We have the power to change society. We have the power to make a difference. GLAAD too knows the power of words. These people on the DC Leadership Council saw individuals in their own community being harmed by hateful words and by homophobia, and they came to help. It may not seem like a big deal to many people, but we were a same-sex couple entering a national wedding contest with nearly 9,000 other couples. We came in second place in popular vote with more than 20,000 votes. Yesterday morning, Crate and Barrel announced that we were the second place couple out of all these 9,000 people.
So I will also be reading because we obviously went through the same 24 hours together. So as Jonathan mentioned, a key aspect of GLAAD's mission is to amplify the voices of the community and to change people's perceptions. Perception is key, and it was especially crucial in the Ultimate Wedding Contest. Jonathan and I were pictured as two young men who had overcome many of the same hardships all couples do, as well as some that others do not. We wanted to be seen as more than just a gay couple. We wanted to be seen as two people in love who would go the distance. Even though sometimes I really can't stand him, but we didn't want to be deceived. All joking aside, the new GLAAD DC Leadership Council was a key player in allowing us to tell our story. They helped us send the right message to the media, so we might be received by the general public in the best possible light. What was so unique about our story that earned us the attention of GLAAD? It's the fact that our story isn't actually that unique. As our entry reads, boy meets boy, boy falls for boy, boys get engaged. While, your turn. Our entry also reads that the pure existence of our love is oftentimes not accepted. Everyone here realizes that love knows no gender. Our love story is very similar to the love stories of many other couples. We have overcome many of the same prejudices and dealt with many of the same struggles. Our love story had the potential to change perceptions and construct a new public conversation about same-sex marriage in the United States. It also had the potential to create the realization that there needed to be laws that guaranteed full equality for all of us. Each and every story has the potential to change at least one person's mind. GLAAD believes that. When people read or hear our stories about members of the LGBT community, those people will notice that all of us are just like them. We are all people who deserve to be accepted, respected, and valued. GLAAD helped deliver this message in the Ultimate Wedding Contest by telling our story. A story of love that overcame hate, a story of two men who would be your best friends, your neighbors, or anybody else in your life. A story that people across the United States could identify with. What GLAAD believes is true, because as people read our story, as they read posts on the GLAAD blog, they began to identify with us. They began to think of us as friends and family. They began to vote for us. So yesterday, we were announced as the second place winners in the Ultimate Wedding Contest. They did not specify we were a gay couple or a same-sex couple, but just Jonathan and Gregory. And for us, that was a victory. And now we are here, part of GLAAD DC's Leadership Council, hoping to change people's perceptions about our lives and the rights we deserve. We will continue to work on making a statement and working towards full equality. As the Leadership Council expands into DC, we will be here, and we will continue to make a difference. Thank you very much.